a story, proudly South African. My heart, my mission, do you understand? Just a rhyme, just a reason, proudly South African. Something bigger than me, something making me stronger, something setting me free. I have the moment of now. It's been 6 weeks since our first trip and we've missed you, my bud. We're on trip number 2. Boike! We're here, as you can see, in not so sunny South Africa. It's been very crisp, wet and damp this morning. We're about 350 k's south of Johannesburg. The band and I did a gig in Polokwane last night. Played to a whole bunch of raving lunatics there. I had to ride back afterwards in the rain. I've had 4 hours sleep so that I can be here to make the next series in our all the cars are irritating me. Our guest with us on this trip this time is a very good friend of mine, Robbie Pixton. Robbie, come here. Robbie is also completely and utterly in love with adventure motorcycling, and he's a very qualified actor to have on our team because he brought a fantastic backup vehicle. He's also a fully qualified medic, and he's also a black belt karate. So what he'll do is he'll beat you up and then he'll patch you up. Robbie, it's lucky to have you with us.
Great to be here, mate.
Excellent, man. Tell us a little bit about when you're not on your bike, what is it that you do?
I teach scuba diving through Mentoray Dive Academy, taking guys down on trips down to Allawal Shoal and Sodwana Bay. I'm introducing the guys to the wonderful world of scuba diving.
100%. The great outdoors. Check this out over here. And what an entrance you made, and how you stolen the show. This is my new friend Ino, who's going to show us around here in rural KwaZulu-Natal. He's going to show us the Zulu village, and he's going to make us feel very welcome. And I've known him for 2 minutes, and he's a hell of a nice guy. So show us around a bit, Ino. One of the things that I believe in very passionately is that we're all one, we're all the same. We have different cultures, we have different customs, we have different skin tones, different hairdos, whatever, but we're all human beings. We all get cold in the winter, we all love our kids. And Ino was just showing me here, this is the village's spiritual ancestral rondavel house, where they, if there's a big happening that happens in the village, they gather here and slaughter goats or chickens, in terms of speaking to their ancestors. And it interests me forever, other tribes, customs and that. And Ino was also saying to me that apparently Ino's great-great-grandfather was German.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have German heritage 3 generations back.
Hey, I tell you.
But your affinity is your Zulu heritage.
Yes, yes.
Got some new friends here. Say hello to everybody. Hello. Wave at the camera. Say hello.
Hello.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching all the ships roll in. Yeah, I'm watching them roll back again. Many years ago, this part of the world, there was huge fighting between the white English and the black Zulus. And here, years later, a white Englishman and a black Zulu, we're friends. How cool is that? Vulindlela, wemamko posi, uweno yam, hallelujah, shada namhlanje. Vulindlela, elele mangya uzwa, suba no more. Renee, we need your help here, babe. We need your help.
ileli gama yo, ileli gama yo, ileli gama lenkosi yo yo yo, liyasindisa yo. Ileli gama lenkosi yo yo yo, ileli gama yo, ileli gama yo, ileli gama yo, ileli gama lenkosi.
We're in Newcastle, about 300 kilometers south of Johannesburg. This place has huge heritage in terms of Anglo-Zulu wars, and it was one of the places I wanted to visit. I have big heritage in this town that my dad knows a little bit more about than me. My great-grandfather, great-great-great-grandfather, his name was?
James.
James Cunningham.
Yeah, and he was the constable, well, with the sheriff, postmaster and jailer. I mean, his wife, Sarah, used to feed the inmates from her kitchen. And when they came to Newcastle, it was just a few huts, a half a dozen mud huts.
Yeah, and this fort was then built by the British soldiers in about 1820, and I thought it would be quite interesting to come and have a look. But unfortunately, it's closed because we decided to travel on Easter weekend.
His great-grandfather, my grandfather, was born on the 1st of April, that's a couple of days ago, in 1869.
Hey, that's amazing.
And then he went by ox wagon all the way to Bulawayo, came back here, fetched his family, James and Sarah and their kids, took them to Bulawayo, and that's where they lived.
Now, he had a brother, Tom, who lived in Dundee, which is literally 10 k's up the road.
Yeah.
And his claim to fame?
Tom Cunningham was a younger brother of James. He was involved in the San Juana, the Rorke's Drift scene. He wasn't actually in the fighting. He was scouting on that particular day. But that evening when he got to the battlegrounds, there were over 1,000 British soldiers lying dead on the ground. And he was right there with Lord Chelmsford.
That's where we're going from Newcastle. We're going to East San Juana and Rorke's Drift to check all of that out. But one of the stories of Tom Cunningham, he arrived shortly after the massacre, and was it misty? It was nighttime. He couldn't see properly, and it was cold.
Very cold.
And he dropped his mug, and when he bent down to pick his coffee mug up, it had fallen
into a soldier's entrails, because the
carcass,
Zulus they disembowel their victims, and he put his hand in there, and as he put it in some writing, I was done when he did this. When he found what he had done, he struck a match and found that he'd put his hand into the soldier's stomach. The emotion that I feel, the hairs on my back are just going up, because I look back into this place here. My forebears, my great-grandfather, his brother, they all walked around in here. This was the cookhouse, apparently. Now, when I look at this brick building, this is where they spent times cooking food. And when you look around the precincts, look at the strength of the walls around it. They must have been involved in very, very severe battles in those days against the Zulus. And then, of course, in the Boer War as well. Most unfortunate, but to think that my grandfather took them all in an ox wagon all the way to Bulawayo in Zimbabwe, was then Rhodesia, just makes my mind boggle. 15 miles a day they could average in their wagons. Can you imagine the trials and tribulations of what they went through going up to Zimbabwe? It's wonderful, eh? I'm very glad to be here today. It's incredible. I can feel them around me, I really can. It's very emotional.
Obaba mkhulu balapha.
Yeah, into siphambanisile namhlanje ukuthi sifike iholiday namhlanje. Kathi sifuna ukungena ukubukeka kuhle sibone ndaba ukhokho wami wangena endlini le lapha kathi bapheka khona ukudla wabo.
Okay.
Yeah, and behlezi khona apha babethelana ngabeZulu. Kudala kodwa yeah.
Wazi nezulu impela baba?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, lo engikhulumayo kanje hayi ngiyakhuluma inguni.
Awuzwaki.
Yeah, isindebele.
Awuzwa.
Ndaba umzilikazi kwabalekela uShaka khona apha ngithi.
Yebo.
Wabaleka ngabantu bakhe bachapha umpopo ngale bangena koBulawayo.
Awuzwa.
Lapho engwazalwa khona mina.
Uzalela kaBulawayo wena.
Yeah, and yikho lokho ngiyakhuluma isindebele. Uyabona isibongo sami ngithiwa kaKhumalo.
Wakakhumalo, wakamntu.